So let me just open. Oh, of course, there's no pictures on Thunderdome, so we cannot confirm or deny the quality of the hats, unfortunately.
You can actually, if you go in and you view their portrait, it will show you their hat quality. But rather than wasting time on that, let's see the most important thing that they brought to the dance today, which is their ships, if we head over to the arena. With our commentators for this match being switched up, we're saying goodbye to Elise and moderators' wonderful voices, and saying hello to Ithaca and Lysus.
Yeah, thanks, Jin. So on red team, we have Legio, Astartes, Arcanum. They're bringing Scimitar, Dual Rapier, Dual Orthrus, Dual Navy Osprey, and Dual Vigilant. Bit of a sort of kite away, web everything down, and fling light missiles at it. Lysis, why don't you tell us about what Men with Fancy Hats have brought?
Well, very nice shield kitey setup, which is going to watch because it's going to take a lot of piloting. But you got Scimitar double Rapier for that control, double Orthrus, double Navy Osprey, and then the amazing shield Vigilance.
Yeah, indeed, Shield Vigilance. That should be interesting. I'm just going to run down the blue team now. So we've got Fleet Typhoon, Dual Vindicator, Dual Vigilant, and Dual Deacon. So this is, I think, maybe the third or fourth time we're seeing Logi frigates in this tournament. Although, based on the number of rapid lights coming from Legio Astartes, I don't expect them to last particularly long in this fight.
Well, it's gonna be interesting. With the red team of what's that? Man with Fancy Hats? I can't even tell right now.
Red is Legio Astartes.
Oh yeah, Legio. Excuse me. Yeah. So Legio. So they have a lot of control. Like yeah, kind of not using what it's or is there for, but they are in that control because they do have rapiers too. So they got extremely strong webs, got long range webs, and you could kind of shield tank a vigilant. So I'm really curious how they're going to use them. I'm wondering if they're going to use them for more of a defensive posture because they are using light missile ships that are supposed to be kiting around the arena. So I could see the rapiers being used as that long defensive web ability to slow ships down to make it, and the vigilance being used as more defensive, staying in the back line to make sure none of their core DPS ships like the Orthrus and the Osprey navies getting caught.
Yeah, so we're seeing that Men with Fancy Hats, they've come in pretty much the entirety of their team at 0. So they've got those Vindicators. I'd be willing to bet that the Vigilants are going to be blaster fit, and they're probably just going to look to brawl in. Those Rapiers probably going to want to try and keep those Vigilants and Vindicators away then, because once they get tackled and apply blaster DPS to Rapiers, Orthers, whatever, they're not going to last particularly long. It does look like Men with Fancy Hats really did not want to face webs with this comp because they chose to ban out the Balgorn and the Hugin, and Legio Astartes returning with rapiers instead. What do you think of that choice to bring maybe a rapier over a Hugin in this particular format?
I mean, rapier is pretty good. It could be a good alternative. It's something that they had kind of got forced into. You're still getting an amazing stasis web optimal bonus, which is really works well with their comp. Honestly, you're getting light missiles, getting that long webify optimal range, so that's going to be amazing to control this heavy DPS of Menzo Fancy Hats. They're actually in a really good position to control this match and keep their main line DPS ships, being the Orthus and the Osprey navies, relatively safe.
Yeah, I think Spawn and News, the rapier pilots here, are going to have their work cut out for them. If they can effectively use the long range webs and screen off the majority of Men with Fancy Hats team, the longer they screen, the longer the Orthruses will be able to just apply their damage from range while having an easy job for the Scimitar. So it's really going to be down to piloting. And we have got the counter going in local, 10 seconds till the match starts. So we'll see probably Fancy Hats immediately overheating prop ones and burning up straight towards Legio Astartes.
Oh yeah, they have to. There is no winning if they can't catch anything. Unfortunately, they're going against a very heavy control team, and then they go extra squishy in the vigilant, going right at the Legio team, and I'm sure he's gonna get webbed here very soon. warriors being sent out, and of course the kiting power of those shield ships are being used to full effect here. And that Vigilant Squishy has slowed down tremendously.
Yeah, he is not far away from the scimitar of Legio Astartes, though, so it looks like he might be able to just overheat web, get it in range. If those rapiers are managing to hold him back, though, because it looks like the scimitar is starting to pull away again. Damage onto the Deacon of Rogue Clone now, so he's starting to tank a little bit as reps now land on extra squishy in the Vigilant from the two Deacons.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a big play here, because are the rep power of those two deacons able to keep extra Scrishia alive? You know, they have a lot less range, a lot less rep power, and you're using two pilots over just one logistic pilot, and it is going to deep structure, and it has fallen.
Yeah, I think also you got to look at Orthruses and Navy Aerospace. You're going to have very bursty damage as they're going to hit rapid missile reload very soon at this point, and the damage is going to fall off. Do a significant amount of damage to Phoenix now in the Vigilant, then they're going to stop damage, and the Deacons are going to rep them back up while they reload. We are seeing the scimitar of VOI being caught now. He's scrammed, he's webbed, he's neutered, and he's painted. So he's probably going to take a huge amount of damage very soon, and he's into hull, and he is gone. So now that is Legio Astartes losing their logistics now to only one single Vigilant of Men with Fancy Hats. Big loss there for them.
Yeah, and Phoenix just went down to Venus, so that's another control that Legio doesn't have to worry about. That Scimitar pilot actually made a huge piloting error. As the rest of his team is pretty much anchoring and just going around the arena, he decided to kind of do his own thing. And instead of going around, because none of his team's actually being pressured, he tried to meet back up with them. But by trying to do that, he ended up going into Vigilant range, which was a huge mistake by him. That was not him being caught due to the enemy team's piloting. It was his error that made him get caught. There's no way these ships should be caught with the amount of control they have. And as we see, a Harbinger is also being taken down. Whoa!
Whoa!
Wow! And they have the whole team boundaried because the anchor pilot was not paying attention to what he was doing. So this match was lost purely on piloting error. All ships lost, even the Scimitar. Piloting error has lost him the match and knocked him out of any hopes of getting into the tournament.
I've not quite seen an entire team bundle. I think Habit did it once where they took 3 people and anchored and flew out of the arena, but I've never seen an entire team just go out so fast like that. That is, as you say, a huge mistake there by the anchor, so he's going to be hanging his head and shame back in the station now. And I guess we hand that back to Jin in the studio.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I
Just wow. I mean,